So today's video is going to be about a way of thinking when it comes to specific issues. The other day, I was working with somebody who had resentment issues. And the idea was, do I do the emotion first? Do I do the identity first? This is what usually comes to the mind of the practitioners, which is, what do I do first? Is it a set of memories? How do I work with this? So I devised the kind of a formula that I'm going to be showing you over here that could be used within specific context. But the idea is we have to keep in mind that every client is very unique. Every case is very specific. But this is like a way of thinking that can be shown to start strategizing on what can be done and what can't be done. So I'm going to be moving to the software in a second. So let's say the issue was resentment, and that's an emotion. Do I go with the emotion? How strong is it on a scale of 1 to 10? How familiar? When is the first time I can remember feeling this feeling? Could be helpful, but to what extent does that help the actual issue? We have to think of all the elements that are present there that can be helpful to deal with or to identify to see where the real problem is. So let's start. So resentment could be a core feeling that I'm experiencing in the here and now. How strong is it? How familiar? Or resentment can be a result from something. So there was a causative agent that caused the person to feel resentment. Or I could be having a metaposition emotion about something. For example, I can be resentful based on how my parents treated me in a certain situation, or I can be resentful about the financial situation that I'm passing through. But all of this is framed into a specific context, which we call the contextual frame. This person that's feeling resentment could be from these two things at the same time, one of them, or it's just a core feeling that they're experiencing. Let's move forward to this case. So there could be the precursor, what led to this person feeling the resentment, which could be the parents' upbringing, the culture, the political situation, the genetic makeup, the character. So as we know, we are born with a certain psychological makeup that make us more prone into being happy, into being depressed, into having biological issues, psychological issues, etc. The way our parents were raised caused them to become certain people that caused us to be something. And this is outside the frame of our control, but it's inside the contextual frame of who we are. So if we didn't have these people who raised us, who had these issues growing up, who were raised in this way, in this culture, in this political situation, we wouldn't have reached into this specific place without that experience. Moving forward, we also have something that could happen that we call plot twist. So imagine somebody that has resentment towards their parents with all the precursors and having this experience, and their parent becomes sick. Do they keep the resentment? Do they do something about it? Do they feel the resentment at the same time they feel worry, pity, etc.? Where they feel blame by other people for not taking care of their parents? We're going to add something to the contextual frame that this person is the youngest family member with siblings abroad. So he or she are the only ones that can take care of the parents. Now, this adds a different dynamic, which could be feelings that are happening at the same time. I could hate my siblings for me leaving me alone to deal with my parents. I could feel disgust from having to change my parents' diapers because they're old and that's what the job entails. I could feel angry at myself because I decided to stay here. I didn't pursue what I wanted to do in life, and I let my siblings do the same. Or I could have predisposed depression from my life and my genetics, etc., that's causing me this. Or even I could have psychosomatic ailments and pains that I'm experiencing in my life as a result of any of these experiences or something that has nothing to do with them. Let's add another element, which is The antagonists, the things that tell me to stop feeling resentment, are the family rules, the social norms, I need to take care of my parents, the left brain conversions that wants to be accepted, that wants to do the right thing, that wants to be part of something. So this starts to become an antagonist to what actually is going on. An antagonist can also be something good, which is receiving financial aid from the siblings that are abroad. Or it could be my partner or my friends taking me out and having a celebration for my birthday. So these could be antagonists that reduce the feeling of resentment. There is also something that I haven't mentioned here on the graph, is the exits, which is what are the things that I do to distract myself from having this specific experience. Candy Crush, playing games on the phone, smoking, indulging myself in certain stuff, overeating. This is an exit point that gets me to do something different. Or I might worry about my closet that I haven't fixed in a year, and I go and I start fixing my closet just to distract myself from what's going on. Let's add another factor, which is the consequence. What would people say? The lot of what ifs. What if this parent dies? My brothers and sisters will blame me. How will I deal with this financial issue if this happens or this occurs? This is all still thinking of the kinesthetic elements and how I am experiencing things. Now we move to the identity elements, which is the parents, society, brother, sister, I, me, self, you, he, she, them, they, etc. The family, the personifications I have, the anxiety, the depression, the hate, etc., etc. And all of these could have entry points to the following, which are needs, lacks, and wants. I lacked affection from my parents, and that's why I resent them. And I is still 6 or 7, and I'm operating from that identity frame, but at the same time, self is 50, and I am taking care of my parents because I am wise. So I show people that I am wise, which is the self, which is like what I express to others, but I lacks affection and hates every second of taking care of parents. Which leads us to the last point, which is, have I learned these emotions from other people, from other identity elements, from other factors? Maybe I have the same resentment for my parents that my parents had for their parents for not giving them what they wanted or what they lacked or what they need. The idea is, if we just focus on the kinesthetic pattern, if we just focus on the memories that the person is experiencing, without extrapolating, without identifying what are all the factors that could be part of this, we will be missing out on a lot. So if you find this something that's interesting and would like to explore more, in September or October, I'm doing a course that's called Mental Spatial Diagnosis, Social Panorama, and IEMT, which would be a combination of processes where I will be explaining how to dissect things in a certain way, how to diagnose a person's experience using the IEMT, Social Panorama, Mental Space psychology models, and helping people identify their own issues. Maybe if they want to do self-work in a certain sense and extrapolate their experiences, or coaches and therapists who want to work with people and are still stuck by the what do I do first before what, or how do I identify what the real problem is, or do I work with this emotion or this identity pattern. If you're interested, drop a message in the message box or in the comments, and I'll send you the details. I'll have them up on the IEMT website by the end of next week. So thanks for watching. If you like this video, share, comment, subscribe, and let me know what kind of topics you'd like to watch other than this. Until then, take care and see you soon.